History in the making. Guys, we're only a couple days away from the biggest event in crypto that everybody knows about. Of course, we're talking about the Bitcoin halving, but there's also another thing that's maybe flying a little too much under the radar. It's RUNES. RUNES protocol is an innovation on Bitcoin that makes transactions easier and the whole user experience much, much smoother. In short, we'll go through the updates regarding this, as well as the airdrop opportunities on Bitcoin and new and exciting projects and upgrades to the network that we can really look forward to. So what are runes and why should you even care? It all started for the majority of people when they found a couple $1,000s worth of an NFT in their wallet simply from interacting on the Bitcoin network. We're talking about the runestone. This is the second biggest NFT according to market cap today. Absolutely crazy. Just past Bored Ape Yacht Club and under CryptoPunks. And this whole thing is just an avalanche of airdrops because the runestone holders are getting the gemstone, for example, which is like the child inscription of the runestone, and then you received also like this from Xverse wallet. So many different runes will be coming to your wallet, but there's the hype. There is a reason behind this hype because runes are actually very exciting technology. Of course, there's going to be a dog on Bitcoin. Of course, we cannot have a Bitcoin chain without memes. Anyway, runes versus BRC20s. What makes runes superior? What makes them kind of like a better version of BRC20s? Simply because there's so many transactions and transfer inscriptions and everything is so complex currently on BRC20s, so the user experience is not great. Runes are innovating by making one simple transaction for all operations. Now there's other functionalities as well, but the most important one is that it is also more secure, and this is a huge reason. But there is one huge caveat that is something to do with cenotaph, and this basically means that it's a runes transaction with an error. And it could be any error. It could be a mistake in the spelling. It could be a missed output. It could be so many different things. But it happens all the time in BRC20s. Like how many times we try to claim a fringy or weird contract, and of course you have to make a separate claim inscription on Unisat. And of course, it's not a big deal if you mess something up. It doesn't matter. But here, your whole rune collection, if you have them all in one unspent transaction output, gone, kaput. So you either have to be incredibly careful, or you have to make sure that the project whose protocol you're using has actually have their runes set up in place correctly. Because if they don't, then you might not have to do anything wrong, but simply by interacting with the wrong project, you could burn your runes forever. So you have to be aware of that and be very careful. Also, there is some very good functionalities for projects because they have something called the transfer all function, where runes can simply be deployed and sent airdropped in batches. So it makes the whole project side of things for people and developers much more attractive. And Casey Rodermore, the founder of Runes Protocol as well as BRC20 Standard, has recently updated the ordinals page on GitHub to include everything regarding runes if you are looking to actually understand this more in detail. And of course, if you want to keep up to date with everything in real time with these updates, then make sure to follow Leonidas NFT and Casey himself because they are the main two figures in this space. Now we're going to look at what are the current options to do in Bitcoin DeFi as well, not just runes. First things first, I have to make a big shout out to Drake on Digital. The legend has literally made a video as I am recording mine with the latest alpha out there. So there's this project called Liquidium where you can essentially lend your BTC for a very nice APRs, or you can also liquefy your NFT and have access to funds that you can use elsewhere. Now, this is amazing for both parties because if you're lending the BTC, that means that you can actually sometimes scoop up the NFT at a discount because in 2 weeks or 10 days, if the NFT does not get its loan repaid, then you're actually getting that NFT for yourself. So it works amazing for both sides. And how this works, you would go to the borrow section if, let's say, you want liquidity and you don't want to sell your NFT, then you can loan it and you would simply get the smaller amount, of course, because it has to be more collateralized. The bitmap floor is currently 0.02 and you can get 0.00165 plus the fee rate for this. service, basically. You have to make sure that your loan to value ratio is always in safe grounds. And once you set up the transaction, your funds are moved to your wallet almost instantaneously. This works amazingly for the APR side of things because personally, I would much prefer to just lend the assets in Bitcoin terms. And this way, as I said, you can actually get the NFT earlier. You can get the NFT much cheaper if the person forgets to repay or does not repay in time. And you're also generating 220% APY along the way. On top of it all, they have, of course, a points program. They have a leaderboard, and there's going to be a very likely airdrop because points usually refer to that. All right, let's take a look at some Bitcoin Layer 2s and development there. First, we have Merlin Chain, which was open to deposits for a couple months now. And if you have deposited on their Layer 2s, which has now accumulated over 3 billion in total value locked, then you have their airdrop coming on April 21st, just after halving. They have integrated some interesting partnerships with liquid restaking tokens on Merlin, such as SOL Protocol, which is the first yield-bearing Bitcoin, which is something to be excited about and could be worth checking out in the future as well. Next one, we have Stacking DAO. This is basically liquid staking on the Stacks blockchain. And basically you need to get some Stacks token and liquid stake it in the protocol. However, what is interesting is that it is seemingly quite underfarmed. They have a points program and you can use it further in DeFi. For example, we're going to use it in Velar. But how this would work, as always, you would simply use it and you would simply get Stacks token on any centralized exchange, such as, for example, Binance, or they're literally everywhere, OKX, Bybit, and many others, and simply liquid stake your token on the platform after you connect your wallet, of course. So you can use Xverse or Unisat. These are two of my favorites, but we'll get to that later. Let's take a look at Velar. Velar is one of the best DeFi marketplaces on Bitcoin, and they have integrated with many different projects, such as, for example, Stacking DAO. And you can see that it's very similar to Uniswap. They have swap pool farms, also points. And also, if you are in the top 500,000 wallets on the Stacks network, then you can actually claim your Velar airdrop. Make sure to do that if you qualify. And if you're new to this whole Bitcoin DeFi ecosystem and it might be a bit overwhelming, don't worry, we will give you a step-by-step how to get started right away. Now, before that, I have a very important question for you. What do you think is the most valuable resource in life? Money? No. Time? Maybe. But I would say it is attention. If you can focus your attention and if you have liquidity to also support an exploration into the whole new ecosystem, such as, for example, Bitcoin, then you should not do that alone. It's so much more efficient, so much more effective to simply use the resources that other people have accumulated over time and use them to your advantage. Hands down, this BRC20 Bitcoin ecosystem. This channel has made me more money in 2023 than all airdrops combined. And all you have to do is be inquisitive and exploratory. We are helping each other daily here with Alpha, and if you want to make it big in crypto, then pre-runes, before runes launch, you need to have access to quality information. That's all I'm going to say. Make your mind and hope to see you in here. You can find all the details on the subscription tab of our website, and if you lack perhaps organizational skills like me, then this airdrop tracking application is a lifesaver and you can really use it to expedite your airdrop adventures. Now, if you're completely new, you're going to need a wallet. There are three sensible options: Xverse Wallet, Unisat, and Ordinals Wallet. My personal favorite is Xverse because it has the best UI. However, the Unisat wallet has a points program and they have a pre-launch campaign starting around April 19th, where there will be opportunities to get 3x on your points. More details are to be shared on this soon. So you're going to need to fund your BTC wallet, and currently the cheapest way to do so is from a centralized exchange. You'd have to pay about $15 in fees to get your Bitcoin into your wallet. You can also use something like a bridge, cross-chain bridge, such as Bitcoin Bridge, but it is a little more complex, so this is much simpler. Then first thing you're going to want to do is buy some of the NFTs on Magic Eden because their rewards are actually coming, and they have also launched the rewards on other blockchains, Bitcoin is next. You have several options. This is never financial advice, but if you want, I have selected 3 collections which really vary from a couple dollars in Bitcoin to about 150 to 100. Again, for all proper collections, we talk about this in our Discord, but I cannot share this kind of stuff here because it is a lot more risky and has a lot more stuff to worry about. So first one that I'm going to talk about is, where is it? Okay, so it is this Leonidas Stone Dynasty. Basically, it's $2 or $3. You're going to pay more for gas than for the NFT. But if you just want to warm up your wallet in a way to have opportunity to get future potential airdrops, then this is one of the first things you can do. Then you also have this Taproot Punks. This is a little more expensive one, but the Bitcoin version of Ethereum CryptoPunks. And last one is Bitcoin Whales, also one of the OG collections, currently going for about $100, $150 in Bitcoin, depending on the day. Keep in mind that there's also Magic Eden Rewards, which has already been very, very successful campaigns on other blockchains such as Solana and ETH, and soon they will be coming to Bitcoin with your loyalty being rewarded. Also, don't forget that there's so many different whitelist opportunities in this RUNES Pre-Mania, and if you can actually get your inscription in one of the first blocks after the halving, it could be so valuable in the long term. Don't forget that. And that's a wrap for all the Bitcoin and RUNES updates for today. If you find the content valuable, like and subscribe, bell notifications on. If you have any questions, I'm waiting for you in the comments below, and hope to see you in our Discord where we're making 2024 the best year ever. Till next time, have an amazing day.